The secrets of getting rich. Now I know every time somebody come out with a video on social media about this, there's always this nuance or this belief that, oh, if I just watch this video, then everything else will be figured out. And then after you proceed to watch the video, then you got more questions than answers. Well, in this video, I'm gonna try to knock out all those other questions that you have once you hear secrets to getting rich. I'm going to try to put a nuance to it that will make you further understand what they're saying when they say these things. Y'all know how it goes. Please like, subscribe, do all those things to help the YouTube algorithm. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the things and the nuances that it takes to get rich. Now, are they easy? Yeah, in practice, it's just me saying it is easy. But in truth, the application is harder than you think. With all that being said, let's get into the process. Welcome back. The reason why I said in the prelude to this video that some things are harder done than said is just because of all the distractions, all the nuances and things that's going on in the world today. And you don't have to look far. You can look on social media. Everybody's distracting everybody to do every other thing but look at and take care of their financial future. But the secrets to get rich is right there in your face. The secret to getting rich is boring. The secret to getting rich is not, oh, I fly on private, I fake it till I make it seem like I have stuff so people will give me money. That's just not the secret. But in this social media instant gratification culture that we have, that's what it looks like. But in truth and in reality, it has nothing to do with that. And the application of getting money is boring. Once you get the money and do whatever you want to do, that part is not boring, but just getting the money and what you have to do to get it is boring. And the thing is, you have to psychologically fix yourself to make you believe that you can keep doing boring stuff over a long period of time to get what you want to do, get to that end result of what you want to have. All right, number one. Number one is one that you've heard since the beginning of time. Oh, you need to save money. And of course, people look at it and just think like, oh, they just want us to put money into a bank account and do nothing with it. No, it's the reason why people say you need to save money is they want you to get into a habit of living on less than you make. Now, when people hear living on less than you make, they think, okay, I only have this 9-to-5 job. They want me to live in poverty so I can save money. You should always live on less than you make. But nobody ever said there's a limit on how much you can make. Yeah, you can work your 9-to-5 job. Yeah, you can drive for Uber, Lyft, all the other nuances. Yeah, you can sell or resell or arbitrage goods. It's a lot of different things that you can do. Yeah, you can work to get promotions to raise your salary at the job that you have. Yeah, you can work overtime. The old heads, the boomers and things like that, they used to say save money because back then a savings account will offer you 6-7% interest. Not a high yield savings account, just a regular savings account. Back in the day, the banks would actually give you money and you can get a substantial amount of interest off the money you save. Now when people say you need to save money, it's because you need to save money so you can have a nest egg, so you can have a nut to actually use that money to make more money. People think that when people say you need to save or you need to live below your means, that you can save your way to wealth. You can't. There's no possible way you can save your way to wealth. I don't care how much money you make. There's no amount of money that will set you there where you can save your money to wealth. The thing is you need to save money so you can have a stack of money. I.e., maybe you need to put a down payment on real estate. And it can be the best deal ever. But if you don't have that down payment to put on real estate to do a good deal, then you're out of that weight class. You can't do nothing. Another reason is if it's a business, you can even talk it into a seller finance deal, but you got to have a nest egg, a nut to give them as a down payment to do it. But if you don't live on less than you make, then you don't save that money to do what you need to do to make it happen. So that is the reason why they say save money and live on less. Number two, start investing your money early and often. The only reason why they keep saying invest your money early and often is because on average, the stock market averages 10% return a year. Now, it's not going to be 10% up every year, but it will average 10% if you hold it over a long period of time. So if you're just doing the laws of number of compound interest, the earlier you start, the less money you have to put into the market to invest to make a lot of money in the long term. The longer you wait, the more money you have to put in to catch up with your younger self. I know it's many of charts out there that showing what it looks like if you invest at 20 versus invest at 40 and see what the numbers look like to come up with the same number. You have to invest a lot more money if you start at 40 than you do at 20. So that's why they say invest early and often, because it costs so little of your income to invest to get the big return in the future, because you have the thing that nobody really is willing to pay attention to, and that's time. Time is a finite thing that we have, but time is the thing that makes investments grow. Now to the subject of investing. Now this is the one where they say invest. And then they just stop right there. They just say, oh yeah, you need to invest. Okay, invest where? Invest how? Invest in what? I know everybody knows by now they mean the stock market, but what to invest in? When they say the market goes up on an average of 10% a year, so where do I put my money so I can get the 10% return? You don't have to be fancy. You don't have to do a lot of the things that you see on CNBC or Bloomberg News or CNN Money or any of those things. Only thing you have to do is invest in the market. They mean invest in the ETF, and I'm going to put it on the screen, SPY. That is indexed to the S&P 500. When they say invested in the market, they mean like a VOO, a QQQ. Then even on the mutual fund side, it's the same thing. It's funds that's indexed to the S&P 500 or funds that's indexed to the NASDAQ. All the ones that I named is indexed one way or the other to the NASDAQ or the S&P 500. You don't have to go YOLO on Apple. You don't have to go YOLO on GameStop. You don't have to go put your nest egg in on a penny stock. Just invest early, invest often into the market. The sooner you start investing, the lower you have to put in. The later you start investing, the more you have to put in to reach your financial goals. Number 3 is out there. Pay off all your debt. I know it seems daunting. It seems like that's the worst thing on earth. But paying off your debt, in most part, is better than investing. And when they say paying off your debt, they mean the consumer debt. They mean the car payments. They mean the credit card payments. They mean the store cards. They mean student loans. And what I mean by it's better than investing is, let's use a quick example. If you swipe money on a credit card, it's guaranteed you're going to get charged 18%. There's no investment on earth that's going to guarantee you 18%. So by paying off your debt, you're guaranteed to put 18% of your expenses back in your pocket. It's better to pay off that debt than to say, oh, instead of paying off the debt, I'm going to invest, and then the money I make off investing, I'm going to pay off the debt. No. Because remember, investing is a long-term thing. But if you let that debt settle for a long term, look at the student loan crisis we in right now. Look at the credit card crisis we in right now. Look at the auto loan crisis we in right now. That's why paying off debt is paramount, so you can have all that money back so you can put it in investments and grow faster. Trust me, if you 100% focus on paying off your debt, using the snowball method or some method like that, you will be able to pay off that debt way faster than not. And you will be able to take all that money that you was paying in debt, and then you can transfer that into investing, and you can be better off. Me personally, I was $250,000 in debt. I 100% focused on paying off my debt. Then all that money I used to pay off my debt, I just transferred into an investment. So that's why I can say I went from $250,000 in debt to 4.5 years later, to 5 years later, I had almost $1 million net worth. That is the reason behind the why of why they say pay off debt, because the interest rate is so high and so astronomical that it is very, very, very hard to meet the debt obligation you have with an investment that will give you a comparable return. So with all that said, I just gave you a quick 3 or 4 topics right there of the secrets to getting rich, the nuance of why people say these things, and I hope they give you a better understanding of what goes on there. Please like, subscribe, comment in the comment section, and we can get further deep down in this subject, but those are the quick nuances and the quick ways to understand why they say what they say, but they never give you context to the message. With all that being said, thank you for joining the process. See you in the next video.